are you interested in creating a YouTube channel for your nonprofit organization? I'm going to talk about some things you can do to prepare yourself when you're creating your channel. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, this is Tiffany with Boss on a Budget. I help people start their nonprofits, but also raise money for their new nonprofits. And I'm going to do a topic that I'm excited to talk about today, and it is all about creating YouTube for your nonprofit organization. The reason why I wanted to do this video is usually I talk about like the facts, right? I break down how to do certain things. But the reality of raising money for your nonprofit is that you have to remain visible, right? If people don't know you, if people don't see the work that you're doing, then it's going to be really hard to get people to donate to your organization and to support you. So it's important for you to think about all the different avenues, all the different ways that you can be discovered as a nonprofit organization. And social media absolutely needs to be a part of that game plan. And a YouTube channel is a great way that you can use, if it fits your organization, to become more visible as an organization. Now, if you're trying to figure out how to come up with a strategy to be more visible, I actually recorded a nonprofit visibility masterclass. So over 2 hours, I just broke down how to come up with a system to help people find your organization so that they can give to you. And I also at the end have like a great social media strategy that I use personally that has been really successful for me to create good connections online, to find people who are looking to support your organization. So if you want to check out that masterclass, the link is below in the description box. So I'm going to give you 5 things you should be thinking about when you're starting your YouTube channel for your nonprofit. The first thing I want you to think about is, what is the purpose of the channel? Now you may be thinking, well, YouTube is just a place where people upload videos, and it's not that simple. YouTube has its own particular ecosystem. YouTube has its own particular type of audience that likes to use it. Just like there's a different type of audience that likes Instagram versus TikTok versus Facebook. So it's not enough to treat your YouTube channel as an afterthought. You really need to think about, what is the purpose of what we're trying to do, and what type of content or what type of information or videos do we want to present to the public? So there are 2 main reasons why people are on YouTube. The main categories are either to educate or to entertain. So you have to decide for yourself, based on the type of organization you are, is your main thing going to be to educate people about something? Maybe it's to educate people about your mission, or to educate people about the problems and the struggles of the people that you serve for your nonprofit, or is it to entertain? So are you just providing information, videos, and content to get people to trust you by laughing with you or laughing at you, right? Or it's not even about funny. It could be just satisfying something with people. Maybe it's cute, cute cat videos. Some people have animal shelters and animal rescues. Maybe the entertainment factor is showing cute animal videos. Maybe you have a nonprofit farm and you're educating people with all the shenanigans that is happening on your nonprofit farm, with your equipment, with the planting, with animals, all that kind of stuff. So it really just depends on the type of organization you are, but you need to decide for yourself, what's the type of information that we're going to put out for our nonprofit. Another reason why this is so important is because there are many different factors that impact your ability to be seen on YouTube. And one of those factors is your use of keywords. So whenever you're uploading videos on YouTube, you have the option to put in keywords. And that's a way that people who are searching for something can find you easier. So if you put keywords in the back end when you're uploading videos, and also if you put important keywords in the description box when you describe your video, and also in the title, if you are hitting the right keywords of the people who are looking for you, then it increases your chances that your video will be seen and that your video will be watched. Now, that's not the only thing that impacts whether or not your video will be watched, but it's a very important piece of it. So that's another reason why you got to figure out, well, what is our content? What is our focus? What are we going to be talking about on this particular channel, so that you know your keywords, and then you can begin to do your research. So identify your key keywords and look at other videos with those same keywords and study them. Figure out what's working for them. Figure out what kind of information they're sharing or what angle they use. What are some of the things and the lessons that you can see from their videos that you can use for your particular nonprofit. The second thing I want you to think about is the objective. And the question you need to answer is, to what end, right? So what are we trying to accomplish based on being on YouTube? Is it that you want more donors for your organization? Is it that you want more volunteers? Is it that you just want to make money off of the platform? Because you absolutely can make money based on the number of views that you get on your videos. So you got to ask yourself, to what end? What is the reason that we are on this platform in particular? This is really important because when you do your videos, you want to make sure you have calls to action. Call to action is just something that you're asking the viewer to do. And so depending on the objective of your channel or the objective of a particular video, your call to action may be a little different. Now, your objective could be all the things that I named. You maybe want to do all three of those things, but there may be certain videos that have their own specific objective, right? So maybe in you trying to recruit volunteers, you have a particular video where you're showing the behind the scenes and what it's like to be a volunteer working for your organization. Or if you're doing a particular video and you're trying to get donors, maybe you're sharing client stories or you're sharing the impact of the work that you're doing so people can see where their dollars are going. The other thing I'll say about this is that you also want to figure out your target audience. And this is all related to your objective. So if your objective is to get more donors, then your target audience is prospective donors. But who are those prospective donors, right? So what do they look like? Where do they live? What other YouTube channels do they watch? What are the type of things that they're interested in? What are the type of things they want to know about? And it may be helpful to ask people. It may be helpful to ask people who have given to you before or people you're trying to target to donate to your organization what type of information they want to know more about or what they want to learn about concerning your organization. So also, when you're figuring out your objective, you got to keep in mind who you're actually speaking to when you're doing these videos. Who are you doing these videos for? Because that will impact how you set up your videos. It will impact your intro. It'll impact the length of your videos. It impacts a lot. So you got to be clear on who you're trying to reach so you can make sure that it's aligned with what they want. The third thing you want to think about is your branding. How do you want to look to the outside world? How do you want people to experience your nonprofit who are looking at your videos? Do you have more of a casual tone? Do you have more of a playful tone? Are you more serious? Are you more about advocacy? Are you more about social justice? All these things matter, and the tone of your videos need to match up with the tone of your brand. In a very practical manner, this also matters in terms of colors that you're using. This also matters in terms of fonts you may want to use. Now, I'm not a marketing person, so I'm not going to really speak to like you have to use the same font in every single social media platform because I don't necessarily think that's the case. But you want to make sure that at least on YouTube that people recognize you over and over again. That if you're uploading information like your thumbnail, which is the picture that goes on your video, that thumbnail at least looks consistent across videos. So you want to have a consistent look, a consistent language, consistent tone, and how you present yourself so you don't confuse people when they come to see your videos. And here's the other thing. You want to also encourage people to subscribe to your channel. So in order to do that, you want to make sure that people begin to recognize you as not just a random organization that posted a video, that you're regularly posting information and that you are a channel that needs to be followed. So you want to have some kind of consistency so they can recognize that you're an organization that they need to be paying attention to. One thing I do recommend is that you look at other nonprofits on YouTube and how they use the channel. I think this is an untapped area. I don't necessarily see a lot of nonprofits unless you're super huge. I don't see a lot of nonprofits on YouTube. So if it makes sense for your organization, it may be a really good move to think about how you can get started on YouTube. Now, one organization in particular, I'm just going to call out because they're just really good at marketing and they also have YouTube videos and they've done YouTube ads, an organization called Charity Water. So if you check out Charity Water, there's one video in particular where the founder tells his story. He tells the story of why he started the organization and how he got to where he is. It's literally a 19-minute video, and I'm telling you now that I watched almost all 19 minutes. So if you're looking for like inspiration or trying to figure out how to strike the right tone or how you can use your YouTube channel based on the objectives that we talked about earlier, then check out Charity Water for inspiration, but also check out other organizations that are doing work on YouTube and that are using video to their advantage. One other organization I'm going to call out, and even though they're super huge, Charity Water is huge too, you still want to take pointers from them to see how it works for you. St. Jude's Hospital. They have videos all the time. Every time I'm on YouTube, I see a St. Jude's commercial, but I want you to pay attention to what they do in the commercial. They show you the pictures of their patients, of the families. They talk about how they were when they first got to St. Jude's and the change that happened as a result of what they received, the treatment they got at St. Jude's. I want you to pay attention because it's like a master class in how to tell your story, a master class in how to share your impact. St. Jude's is very effective at fundraising. So you want to look at other nonprofit organizations just to learn what they're doing so you can get inspiration for your channel. The last two things you need to be doing to prepare for your YouTube channel are very practical. So the fourth thing that I want you to think about is equipment. Now you may be thinking, right? And I'm smiling about this because I know what I'm using to record my videos, but you may be thinking that you need something super fancy to have good videos. Or you may think you have to have super polished, really good looking videos. I'm gonna tell y'all now, I get on here with my phone. Okay, I record my videos with my phone, like completely transparent moment. I do have a high definition camera that I use occasionally, okay? But most of the times I use my phone. And my videos aren't super polished, but that doesn't stop my videos from resonating with people. I hear from people all the time who find me on YouTube. And they weren't looking for a polished video. They were looking for information. They were looking for someone who understood their situation and who could help. And they felt like when they watched my videos, that's what they got. And so that's what matters, is that you're reaching the people that you're trying to reach. So if you're thinking that in order to be successful on YouTube, you got to have like these super sophisticated edits, you got to have a video production team, all this kind of stuff, is not the case. I do all the videos myself. I record them, I edit them, all that kind of stuff. So you don't really need a lot of equipment. You can actually get started for probably $100, $150 or less. What I will say is this: you just need to make sure that you have a camera with high enough resolution so that your videos aren't blurry. So that's number one. And a lot of phones these days have really good cameras. So if you're strapped for cash and you can't just pay for a good camera, you can start with your phone. But the thing that matters the most, honestly, is the lighting. Right? So even with a good camera, if you don't have good lighting, your video isn't going to come out great. So you just want to make sure that you have good lighting, have a well-lit place. And I've gone through many different iterations of this. So I'm talking from experience, y'all. Just make sure you have a good light setup. And I just use a ring light. So what makeup artists tend to use, and I'm putting a link below so you can see what the ring light looks like and see if you want to purchase it for yourself. But just use a ring light. And it's just one light that you put your camera in the middle of, and it essentially gives you pretty much all you need as long as you're in the right spot. But one trick that I've also heard from people is that just make sure that if you have like a window, make sure that the light is facing you. All right. So make sure your nose is facing the light, the main source of light, instead of behind you or on the sides. So again, I'm not a photographer, I'm not a videographer, but these are just some of the things that I've picked up along the way doing my own YouTube video. Number 5 is the last thing I just want to point out when you're starting your YouTube channel is create a regular schedule. This is so important. More than anything, consistency really matters on YouTube. Okay, so you have to commit to creating a video and posting or uploading your video on a regular basis. And you can decide for yourself what that's going to be. I'm not going to put pressure on you and say, oh, you have to post a video every week. That's not necessarily the case. But you have to decide what your schedule will be and stick to it. And it's going to take a while to get into the rhythm. So when I started doing YouTube, I recorded about 6 videos and I was doing good, and then for a whole year I stopped because I didn't put into my regular rotation creating videos. I didn't put any systems in place to make sure I was doing it every week. But then I decided I really want to do more on YouTube. I really like doing it, so I'm going to make sure that I have a system in place so that I'm going to drop a video every week. And I knew if I could do it for a year that I was good. And I was able to do it for a year and keep going with it. So you just have to make up in your mind that there's a schedule that you have to follow, and you're just going to post all the time, right? So if it's once a month, if it's once every 2 weeks, whatever it is for you. Now, you're more likely to get more traction if you upload more and if you have more videos. And then if you have more videos, you have more views. So if you're trying to make money on YouTube, it's an easier way or a quicker way to make money if you have more videos because you may have the opportunity to get more views. But again, do what you can while you can, okay? Thank y'all so much for watching this video. This is my first video ever talking about a YouTube channel, and hopefully I can do more videos just to share some tips and tricks that I've learned from doing YouTube. But again, if you want to become more discovered as a nonprofit and you want more people to give to your organization, make sure you check out my Nonprofit Visibility Masterclass. It gives really concrete information about social media in particular and how to create a system to post. Also, if you like to speak with me about your nonprofit and you need help becoming more visible, or you have a problem that you're struggling with your nonprofit, you can book a Boss Up session with me and we can hash out a customized strategy to help you move forward with your nonprofit. So the link to the Boss Up session is in the description box below. If you need more resources or more information about starting a nonprofit, be sure to go to www.bossonabudget.com. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.